I work with oracle cards via Divine Insights with Lisa. Throw all the pens out because someone wrote a nasty letter. Are you kidding me? The truth is the truth. I just connect to the photo. It's energy. It guides them back on their path, a gothic, ornate gate. What you think is going to happen may not happen. It's like, shut up and do the reading. I can't believe that. You have no idea how your energy affects others. Like, I know, but then, oh my God. And I love it because it's the wonder and the magic of it.
Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to the Medium's Table. I'm your host, Michelle Gardner. This podcast is your personal invitation to join me at the intersection of the everyday and the extraordinary. Together, we'll explore the magic of mediumship, share spiritual stories, and connect with fellow mediums on this incredible journey. So grab a seat, pour yourself a cuppa, and come join us at the Medium's Table, where spirits gather and stories unfold. I'd like to welcome back to the show my sister, Lisa. Welcome back, Lisa.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's always good to have you back on the show. As much as we, talk regularly, still can never get enough. There's always something to talk about when we think we've talked about everything. And then there's more.
Yeah. It's like, all right, I'm going to go now. Oh, hang on a sec. I
know. Yeah, it's almost like our favorite tagline of, all right, I'm going now. Oh, hang on.
And I go, okay.
Yeah, it's like,
right.
just quickly. An hour and a half later, all right, I'm really going now. Oh, hang on, I just remembered.
Thank God we're not stuck to the dial.
Exactly.
What are they called? Rotary dial phones or something?
Yeah.
Up to that one place.
Yeah. Welcome to the past. But exactly. So, but that's the beauty of knowing each other so well, being so comfortable, and the fact that we get along as we are sisters.
Yes.
So
yes.
And it's really good to be able to share our spiritual experiences, because we do similar things, but a little bit different, but similar.
Yeah. Yep.
So
yes.
Why don't you share with us what it is that you do?
So what I do is I'm a intuitive reader, and also a physical medium. But tonight I want to touch base with the readings that I do.
Yes.
Via Divine Insights with Lisa. So I work with oracle cards because they have a soft energy, and they deliver the messages on point. So they still can be, I don't want to say harsh, but the truth is the truth. And perhaps the way I deliver it, I deliver it via messenger, so it's in written form anyway. But sorry, my throat's starting to go. Throat chakra. So I love the oracle cards. There are tarot, and I think with tarot's more. It's a 78 card deck in a tarot, whereas opposed to the oracle cards, which are usually 44, is basically it. I use the Doreen Virtue ones, and I know people are a bit skeptical of them. There is a bit of, you shouldn't be using them or anything like that. But, everything is a weapon. And what she created was wonderful tools, even though she's backtracked on them. She's got her own journey, whatever. But like anything, the pen is a tool.
Yeah.
Do you throw all the pens out because someone wrote a nasty letter? Do you know what I mean? Your voice is a tool.
Yeah.
Do you zip it and don't talk ever again? And now the keyboard.
Some people.
Zip it. And the keyboard, that's the weapon of choice nowadays, isn't it? And look how that's used.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? Shut down the internet?
Yeah. So what you're referring to is Doreen Virtue has a little bit of a backstory there.
Yes.
So if you want to go and research that, you could Google that and you'll see what happened, how it unfolded,
yes.
And so on and so on. And
but I love my decks, and they are surrounded by love, and that's it. I mean, what more could you ask for? I use them. I do have tarot in my over 100 card decks that I do have. I've only kept now. I do 6 readings, so I've only kept those cards is mainly for that. But yes, I do have tarot cards, and I like them because they are the shadow. They can be mystical and let's go down this dark passage kind of thing. Even though it's not, it's just magical to me. It's like the Raven. It's like a gothic ornate gate. So they still, and I do love them, and I'll look through them, but there is just so much to learn from them, which again, they're there waiting for me. But more often than not, I'm looking through the pictures because they're just so beautiful. They just take it to the next level, which is not necessarily bad.
Yeah.
With the movies, they got that stigma of being evil. What is evil, really?
Yeah. And they talk about, a lot of people have that, oh, you're going to tell me when I'm going to die and something bad's going to happen to me. And
Well,
yeah.
I don't. I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't. The readings that I give are for guidance, for when people are lost. We're probably jumping ahead a little bit here, but they're kind of floundering, and so
Yeah.
they will get a reading, and it guides them back on their path or in the direction where they'll find their path.
It helps them find their purpose, doesn't it? Or
It
to start
does.
heading in that direction of their purpose.
Yeah, yeah. So people, why would they want a reading? Well, you got the curiosity of what are the cards going to say? And I do love it because when I start one, it's almost, I get excited because it's like, what cards are going to come out? Like it's like an adventure for me.
I mean, really, come on. How many times have we called each other and said, can you get your card decks out? Get one of your card decks out. And can you just pull a card for me? This is happening. Can you just pull a card for me?
Yeah, exactly. We haven't done it for a while. So
I know we haven't.
to me, that is a case of we're quite comfortably sailing along. We can handle the rapids without worrying. We don't worry anymore about what's going to unfold. I mean, it's still good to, and I think when you get the urge to pull yourself some cards, then do it.
Yeah.
Because it's another way that they come through with messages, with guidance.
And
Yeah.
do you think sometimes that's when someone feels inspired to do that, it can also be inspiration from your guides, if you will, to just see what the cards have to offer. That way they can put a little bit of inspiration in there, a little bit of guidance in those cards that get pulled.
Yes, especially the ones that jump out.
Yeah.
Be shuffling along and pew, and one will go off and you're like, oh, my God's sakes, and you're cursing and swearing because you've got to bend down and grab it under the desk or something. But it's significant. And it's like, yep, that's the one we want you to get. And they would make me pay attention because I've got to get down on the ground and get back up again. Anyway, I get to visit the dust bunnies. It's all good. But yeah, so just things like that. The cards are, again, another way that the messages and signs or whatever, mainly the messages, guidance come through. Just like, that they have the numbers. You see numbers, a bird or an insect will land on you. Just there's multiple ways, but this is about the reading. So this is what I want to focus on. So I have 6 types that I have available. The romance and the general readings are the most popular. I have a healing one, wisdom of the old, which is good because it almost, I want to say, it like calls in the ancestors.
I love that card deck.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
answers from your angels and the guidance reading. So they're the ones that are on offer, and it's in a post pinned to the top of my page, Divine Insights with Lisa on Facebook. So the process would be that once you've booked a reading, it's been paid for and everything, and you've booked a time, I have had moments where I'll already start receiving stuff in. And you're like, oh, Okay. So there'll be impressions, how I feel. Feelings are a big thing, especially when they've asked a question or a topic. And and I'll be really excited, or I can't wipe the grin off my face, or there's that pit in my stomach. There's just something that's so I get those things. Images as well. I get images. It's almost like a pictures taken, and they
Mm.
just show me that. So then I write them down. I write it down and I add it to the reading, um, because I say, all right, just stop now because I'm not doing the reading just now because I've got to go off and do other stuff. So that does happen. And I do want to express that when you come to a reading, or you want to get a spiritual service, it could be a healing, it could be, Reiki, it could be like an Akashic record reading, or something, a speciality. Oh my God, can you say that for me? Speciality.
Oh, speciality.
Yes. Yeah. So it could be something that this person offers. Go in with an open heart and an open mind, because the connection that they will have with you will be stronger, and you'll get more value for your money out of it, and more, and the results will be better, rather than if you go in and like going, oh yeah, I don't, they don't know what they're talking about or something. Mind you, why would you pay for one if you don't believe it or you're a bit hesitant? Because it just puts a block. So, and people, their expectations as well, but being with an open mind, what you think is going to happen may not happen. And so you're already setting yourself up for disappointment. So I'm just going to put that out there because it kind of ruins the whole experience.
Yeah, I 100% agree. When they're blocked, the energy can't flow properly, and
No.
they're not going to get the reading that they deserve.
Yes, yes. Yeah, exactly. So they miss out on a lot. And it may, it's just, I don't know, I just see the potential of what they could receive is just
Yeah.
mind-blowing.
It's a little bit like, don't ruin it for yourself.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
and also, don't go in with an expectation. I think this is a really big one. Just because you've been to one reader doesn't mean they're all going to do and be exactly the same.
Yes, that's correct. Yep. And you may gel with some, you may not. But this is also, have a look at them, look at their page, feel their vibe. You'll know if it's right. And word of mouth is also a good thing too. That doesn't hurt to find someone. Yeah, that's word of mouth's pretty good. So
Yeah.
so yeah. So
And you can generally find information out there on Facebook or, social media about someone if you want to look them up and get a general feel for, what they do, who they are.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah. So I'm also on Instagram and YouTube, but mostly Facebook is where I haunt Facebook. I'm lingering around the corners. No, I do. Yeah. So the oracle readings, yeah, they're just. I think with all the new stuff coming forward and the excitement, they kind of get a back seat. Just the plain and simple oracle card readings, and I've kept them affordable as well for people. There are different types of readings out there, and you will get your value for money from those people as well. So that's just things that I offer.
So can we just touch base on the fact that you don't actually do these readings face to face? You do them online. Is that correct?
Yes. It explains it in the pinned post, but they send me a photo and a topic or question. So I go off and do the reading, type it up, take a photo, and then I send it to them via Facebook Messenger.
Okay. Yep. So some people might say and believe, because I have heard this too many times, that's not possible unless the person is in front of you.
Well, who's to say it is impossible?
Yeah.
I just connect to the photo. It's energy.
Exactly.
I can connect to anyone around the world. If they've got,
Yeah.
they got their photos, their names. It's an energetic. I want to say exchange. Could it be an exchange? It's a connection, energetic connection.
It is 100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Because we're more than just physical. We're also spirit.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. So, and that's just me tapping in, or as the readers, they tap in to the photo, and that's how they make the connection.
So
Yeah.
what would you call that? Intuitive, psychic? Would you call that like mediumship? What name would you give that
Oh
when you're
gosh.
doing a reading? Like what ability are you using?
Well, I'd like to think I use my intuition, but then I don't want to put it in a box. I
Yeah.
want to be more. I get images, so that would be clairvoyance
Mm.
images. The feelings. Is that clear sentence? I want to say.
Yeah, yep, yeah.
So I use and also I'm developing more and more, and I'm exploring more stuff. So that's also being brought into my readings as well, and I don't even realize it. But it's just
Yeah.
another way to gather information while I'm doing the reading. Uh, yeah, and I have to say I've done pretty well so far. There was someone who was closed, and it reflected in the reading.
Oh,
What do you
whoops.
do with that? Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's just like yeah, anyway. So we do, you do have your ones that aren't one or two that aren't happy, but I put my heart and soul into it.
Yeah.
The connection's strong. Um, yeah, it's just and I just love it. And the message, especially when it just flows.
Yeah.
It's
And
just
do you think that sometimes when people come for a reading, it's usually like you say when a couple of people haven't been happy or whatever, they've been closed off. Do you think it's because they were hoping to hear something that
that
they
they did.
wanted but
Yes.
they didn't get it?
Yes. That yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Actually, this person I asked them if they had a question or a topic, and they said, "No, we'll just see what comes out in the cards." Well, they weren't happy with what's coming out in the cards. I'm like, "Well, I don't know what you want me to say about that, but that's what
Yeah.
the reading is." And the time you spend on it, and the preparation before it and all that, we don't just fly off the cuff of our pants and just jump right in.
Yeah.
So, there's a procedure and there's time. I mean, how much is your time worth?
Well, that's it exactly. It's a service. It's what it is,
It
isn't
is a
it?
service. Yep,
Yeah. Yeah,
it is.
absolutely. That's
Yeah,
brilliant.
and I
And
love it.
it's something that again, like you say, is using the oracle cards. It's a gentle vibration. The cards are a gentle vibration, aren't
Soft.
they?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
They can be
Soft.
direct. The messages can be direct, but there's still a gentle vibration.
There is. Yeah. Yep. Well,
Mm,
you think of Oracle, and I straight away want to go up
yeah,
to the Oracle. Uh,
yeah,
like I said, I put love into my decks. So
yeah. And I want to just go back to when you were talking about, developing and doing anything spiritual, any spiritual modality, whether it be cards, mediumship, doing psychic work, you never ever stop practicing.
no,
It
no.
is a lifelong practice. For anyone that says, "Oh, I don't practice," I think I've got
Mm.
choice words there, but I won't say them.
Well, it's like a muscle.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the commitment. If you're really serious about, doing this, if you're doing a spiritual modality, you
Yeah.
will continue to learn and grow and nurture that gift or that talent that you have, that ability. Just like doing readings, because new ways of readings come in, and you might have different guides that will help you, a different spirit team that might come around you.
Yeah.
Everything is always changing. And that's something that, just because someone says, well, I'm still developing, doesn't mean they're an amateur,
No, that's right.
because you've
I
been
mean,
doing this for how many years?
well, I was thinking about that the other day.
10?
No, more than 10 years. I want to say Well, December we'll be up here for 10 years. I was doing it when I was down south. I started it.
Yeah, right.
So
Wow.
I want to say 13, 14 years. Is that correct? Would that be a
Yeah,
stretch? I don't
yeah,
know.
that just sounds like, where did time go? All right, because that means if it's 13 years, then we're 13 years older and we don't need to talk about that.
I think after a certain age, who cares really?
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true.
It's but I started where I very first started was doing card of the day for purely therapeutic, and
Oh, yes.
I'm still doing them now. Now I've
Yeah.
gone to video, not just a photo, and then yeah. So I've been doing that probably for longer than what I've been doing the card readings.
Yeah,
That's
you
a scary
have.
thought, and I
That
do
is.
love doing them.
Yeah.
I love doing them. It's just oh, the synchronicity of because as you know in the business world, you schedule in post. So I'll do it 2, 3, 4 weeks in advance, the cards of the day. And oh my goodness, some of the days bang on for me.
Yeah.
It's like, are you kidding me? And it's just like I love it that I still get blown away. Like I know, but then oh my God,
The
that just happened.
relevance. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So and the amount of people that comment on the posts and that I needed to read this today, or
Yeah.
this is happening right now for me. So we give away purely therapeutic. We give away a free card a day,
Yeah.
and purely therapeutics on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah.
The videos are there, the information's there. So yeah, I've been doing that longer than I've been doing that card. I can't believe that. That is crazy.
Yeah. Now
But
that
I
you
still
now that you
love it.
break it down.
Because you think,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna stop. Yeah, nah, no. I just I just can't. I just love it. I
And
love
and
it.
and like you said, it goes up every morning in Australia. It's
Yes.
every morning. For people when they're starting their day, here's a little card just for, a little bit of guidance, what may happen, what might not happen, what could be happening in your day already.
Or to someone else around you.
Yeah.
And if they say something, oh my God, have a look at this. And it's for them. So then you've become the messenger for the person that needs to see the card. Do you
Yeah.
see the what do they call it? Like the flow on effect or the domino effect?
Yeah.
That everyone has the potential of being, really, if they
Absolutely.
pay attention and start to watch out for these things. We do have quite a following, I have to say, like a rock star. Every morning, good morning, and you have the regulars, and I love them. I love
Yeah.
it, and it's just have a fantastic day, have a magical day, and just you're just giving. So,
Yeah.
and
I love that because you're forming friendships with people that you didn't know
you
and you've never met in person.
and probably never will.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not the point.
From all over the world that are then a regular every day that you're saying good morning to.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
inspiring them to have a great day, have a brilliant day, have an awesome week, or just to put that energy out there. You
Yeah.
know, if we, people, if they want to send light out to the planet, to the universe, just the thought of sending it out, and it happens.
Yeah.
So you're just giving good energy and vibrations out to everyone.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. And they're starting their day with kindness.
Yeah. Yep. It's just like
Yeah.
someone's on their side. Let's
Yeah.
go kind of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's yeah, I do love that. I'm surprised that I'm still doing it. So that's obvious that I do love to do it. I just can't help it. And I get to use all my cards as well because they're all got stacked all up around me. If they collapse, if no one can probably find me for 2 weeks, I'm cactus
Yeah, under your cards. I
under my
love
cards.
I love going to your house and it's like, show me all your card decks. And it's like hundreds. And I can always pick one that I haven't seen before. It's like,
Yeah.
where did you get this one? And you're like, oh God, I don't know.
There's even a box of secret ones that are
Ooh.
that are tarot, that are old, like
Oh,
I
like
want to say
vintage.
like medieval, like Arthurian kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love going through the cards, just looking at the
At the
pictures
pictures, I
because
know.
they're just so gorgeous. And there's in some of the card decks, there's so much in the card, each card, like so much in the picture.
Yeah,
There's that
yes.
one that had faces in it. You had to look for
Yeah,
within it, and
yeah.
there was always a face in every single card. You
Yep.
had to try and find the face.
I know. Yeah.
I
I know.
love that.
It's this, and the more you look, and again, this could be part of giving yourself a card reading, is you not only like you may look in the guidebook for the reading, read the words, look at the pictures of what's in there. What are you drawn to? Because that is also messages and is giving you
Yeah.
messages and
Symbolism.
yes,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Wow. And it's again, so anyone can pull their own card, can't they? Anyone can give
Yep.
themselves a card reading because a lot of people believe that no, you can't do that.
Oh,
It's
of course
bad
you can.
luck.
Like the what was the thing of you can't buy your first card deck or something? Was
Yeah, yeah, you
like that?
can't buy your first. It's bad luck if you buy your own first card deck.
Who makes up these rules? That's
I
all I have
don't
to say.
know. Who
Who said
listens?
that? Do we even know who said that? Or did someone just hear it somewhere and probably misinterpreted it and just ran with it? And everyone's like, oh my
Yeah.
God, I can't buy my first deck.
Yeah, Chinese whispers. You know how
Yeah.
that goes?
Yeah. You can do whatever I was going to say whatever the hell you want. Well, you can. I mean,
Yeah,
again, who makes up rules, these rules? It's just,
exactly.
it's like, you know, we're advancing of not just doing things in black and white. There is a whole lot of grays, there's a whole lot of yellows and oranges, and it's just so much color coming into it. And each person is different with their unique gifts. That if you welcome them to develop, your mind just be
Yeah,
blown of what people can do.
yeah,
You know, I'm aware, and I feel it myself growing up in a small town. You know, everything's in a box. And if you go
oh yeah.
inside the box, or if you're a little bit different or
You are a
unique, or just
target.
even how you dress, if you dressed a bit different, you're a target.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm slowly seeing that target disintegrate with many people. And if you are around people that put the target up, walk away and find people who just let you be you, whatever, and let
yeah,
you develop and because we are coming into a new world, but that's a totally different subject.
yeah.
Um,
So can
it's
we tap
exciting.
in on?
Yep.
So a lot of people say that when you give a reading, after you give a reading, you should cleanse your cards, or before you give someone else a reading, like in between readings, you should
Oh,
cleanse your
look,
cards.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't. I mean, you can. If you feel like you need to do it, then by all means, you go ahead and do it. A good knock on the deck will clear the energy.
yes,
Hanging on to them will get your energy back into them. Oh gosh, like incense, smudging. You could do the whole 9 yards, really.
yeah. Put a crystal
Or
on top
put a
of the
crystal on
box.
top. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. I get my preparations for ready is okay. The next reading I've got to do, I'm using this deck, and I'll place it so it's ready to work. So that's my intention going into the card deck, and then I'll get it out, give it a tap, and then just shuffle it a bit and just think about it, and that's it.
Yeah,
It's that
done.
simple. It can be that simple.
Yeah.
You
It's as
know.
complex as you make it, really, isn't it? And
Yeah.
some people love rituals. Some people love rituals and feel that
Yes.
everything has to be a small ritual, a big ritual.
Yep, I have to say a prayer, or you don't say a prayer, or you say something. But to me, your intention is just as powerful.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
if you feel better by saying something or having, well, I suppose really you have a process of what you do to get ready anyway. So it is kind of a ritual without you even realizing it.
This is true.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So you're kind of setting the time, okay, and you're writing it down. So you're setting the intention of when you're going to do the reading. You sit quietly to connect. So you do you have a ritual. I don't call it a ritual. I'm just going to do a card reading. It's simple. It's not
Yeah.
thought of. And when you do what you love, it just comes easy. It's wonderful.
Yeah. So when you first started reading cards, if you can remember back then, did you sit and learn every card in the deck? Like, how did you learn to tune into each card?
Look, I confess, I did read the book a lot. But once you start doing the reading, it just comes to you. With oracle cards, they've got sorry, my throat chakra, I'm starting to bubble up. I'll just have a drink. They've got, the 44 cards, they've got common topics.
Yeah.
So, and you do learn more about them the more you do it. And again, it's practice too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And the more you practice, the more you learn what each card is, what it does, the meaning. And then for me, I believe that the more you play with the cards, so to speak,
Yes.
and you're shuffling them and you're doing practice readings or you're doing readings, each card to me then develops its own energy that you become familiar with.
Oh, there you go. See, yeah. Yep. I've never thought of it like that, but
yeah.
Yes. I don't know what else to say, but yeah.
Yeah, because, it's like you'll pull a card out and you'll think, oh, this one is.
Yeah.
And it's almost like it becomes a feeling, and it could be something about love, or it could be something about a journey, or it could be something about travel, or, and it has a feeling with it.
Yeah.
And sometimes a knowing. I guess that's part of the intuitive connection,
it'd be like a trigger, wouldn't it? It triggers something. Like, as soon as you look, you think, oh, yeah, I know what that's about. And it is a good feeling. Look, and I'll admit some cards that I don't use regularly, I look at it and I do go and have a look at the guidebook.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Just, you just read it and then you just think, okay, so what am I going to take from this? So then, you take what you take from it.
And sometimes it's good to have that additional information, though, isn't it, from the guidebook? You have a feeling about the card, but you're like, okay, let's see what else there is.
Yes, yeah.
Let's see what
and why not? Because you've got that information there. So why not utilize it? It's you can't read the guidebook.
Yeah, it's not cheating.
No, it's not cheating.
That's what it's there for.
And sometimes, you may be stuck.
Yeah.
We all have days where you're feeling a bit, not as connected as others. And I don't think it's cheating. It's like, oh, let me just look at the book. And then and then it goes. And then you just like, okay, all right, let's go. Let's rock and roll.
Yeah. And sometimes it's nice to see the perspective from the author. Yeah. What they've got to say about their own card, what their symbolism is. And sometimes it's like, nah, that doesn't fit for me. So my interpretation is this, but you've got to go with what you feel, don't you?
Right.
What you feel is true for you or the person you're reading for.
Yeah. So that card may be different if someone else was reading it.
Yeah.
Again, it's up to the reader.
That's true.
Yeah. Did you want me to pull a card from a deck that I haven't?
Oh yes. Let's do a card for the viewers.
Let's watch Lisa fumble and
listeners
and carry on.
Oh, do I have to mute you? Oh.
I'm not leaning, am I? If I lean, yes, mute me. But I'm good.
Exactly.
I'm good. The only thing I'm having is my throat chakra, so I may burp, but
okay. Is that energy moving through that energy? It's energy
like
moving through that center.
Yeah. It's like bubbles. Yeah. So my throat, which I'm working on too. So I'm really excited about that as well.
Yeah. So just quickly, what does the throat chakra represent for those that are going, what the hell's a throat chakra?
It's communication. It's the throat chakra here is blue, and where would it be? 1, 2, 3, fifth, the fifth chakra.
Yeah.
Yep. See, I have to count. I had to go through all of it. I should know my heart's fourth. I should have just gone to there. And it is where I'm delving into the trance speaking, which is very exciting.
Yes.
So I'm working on that. I've done
clear communication.
Yes,
speaking your truth.
Yeah, speaking your truth. When it's blocked, you're not speaking your mind. You're holding back, and you want to. Yeah, that's the truth. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So,
Speak up.
and I have been doing healing on that, and I've have had readings where blocks are taken from there. So I am there's spiritual practices that I use to help me to clear the blocks as
Yeah.
well. I should be
Yeah.
concentrating on what I'm doing because I'm shuffling the cards.
Yeah. But that's to do with the chakras, the 7
That's to do
chakras
with the
within the
chakras.
body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
If you don't know what they are, again, Google is your friend.
Google. Oh, I think
Well,
everyone would know the chakras with all the rainbow colors.
Well, you'd like to think so.
Well, yeah, it's been around a long time, and if you don't, my goodness, you're missing out. But they're energy centers, so and again, I can feel it tightening. So it's like, shut up and do the reading.
Well, some people have an overactive throat chakra, and that's when they need to learn.
Well, and that's when it's unbalanced, isn't it?
Yeah. Perhaps it's
like
time
that.
to let others speak, or you've spoken too much, or you speak you have too many opinions. Yeah, exactly. It's time to throw away the key.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So I'll pull. Will I pull one card?
Yeah, pull one card.
See what. I've got another deck. I've got another deck, and I might just pull another one. I do love to.
So what's this one that you're pulling from now?
This is the Earth Magic card deck from Stephen D. Farmer. Oh, is that gonna?
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, yep.
And there's the guidebook there,
and it looks well used. Yeah, well loved.
I do. These are my truth cards. That's my nickname for them.
Yes.
So that's been a bit of the truth. But I'm getting a card for the collective. So whoever's watching, and if it resonates with you, please comment below and let us know that. It resonates.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Oh, I love this one. Gaia.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah. Look at that picture.
Very fitting.
And I like to think, and I do love nature, do love my garden. I'm all about saving the planet and connecting with Gaia. But this card is just so beautiful. And this is the picture of Gaia, and she's got butterflies in her hair, and she's got birds and flowers. Oh, so look in the card. So we've got Gaia looking over the valley of the earth, and in her hair, she's got dolphins on that side. It looks like doves up here. She's got a tiger. Is that a goat or a dog? I'm not sure. There's a deer. There's a bear. She's got butterflies and insects. There's a duck. Oh, my goodness. This would be a great card to, where you're looking for extra symbols.
Yeah, yep.
To look and then look up a duck or a bear or that looks like a hummingbird there.
What stands out to you the most?
What stands out, yeah. Because I've only just seen the dolphins. And it's been so long since I've seen this card. And now I'm like, oh, look at that. Oh, it looks like there's a rainbow coming from her fingers. Oh, there's just so much. She's got vines of flowers on her hands. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So for the viewers who are looking at this card now, if you're watching this on YouTube, which animal are you drawn to, or what part of the card are you drawn to? Because that is significant.
Yes. Yeah. It is fascinating. The more you look, the more you see. Which is just even now, and I've had these cards for how many years, and I'm still finding stuff in there. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of the commitment. It's just amazing. Anyway, I get distracted. So with this guy nurturing, but this is also about nurturing yourself. Okay, so you go back out into nature, and nature is healing. Oh my goodness. Walk barefoot on the grass. We've all heard that. Do it. Just sit outside, lay on the grass, have the sun on you, sit down, do a meditation in the garden. And this is all about feeding the soul, nurturing the soul from Gaia, from nature, with all the herbs. Everything we need is provided for in nature, the plants, I want to say the animals, but, the vegetables, the fruits, they come from the earth. And we need to look after not only ourselves, but the earth. because the bees, oh my goodness, the bees have really been coming up for me lately. And that is, if we don't look after the bees, then that's it. There's no food.
Pollination, yeah.
Flowers, because they're the pollinators, and they do a selfless job. That's what their job is, pollinate, and give us the fruit and the vegetables and the flowers. And so we really do need to go back to looking after the earth, using clean products, clean eating, clean food, the waste. Watch what you throw out, watch what you put in your garden, watch it's all healthier. It's healthier for you as well to be clean. These people that go to, and I know I'm going off track a little bit, but those people that go off the grid, I'd love to do that, but I just don't think I can. But that's to be self-sufficient. You imagine living in a community, and there are, I imagine, ones around communes where they each have their plot of land and they're growing stuff, and then they barter or they swap. They've got an abundance of food. That means you go to bed when the sun goes down and you get up when the sun comes up. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I love that simple lifestyle. I have a feeling in a previous life that's what, no doubt that's what I did, because I just, you think I'll implement it, but how easy is it just to flick on the switch with the light? But we're starting, with the garden, going out into the garden. I love it, and I want to spend more and more time out there, because you just feel good. When people are in a room and they'll go, oh, I don't feel real well, I'm just going to step outside. How many people say that? And they don't even realize, because they feel better the moment they step outside.
Yeah.
So Gaia and nurturing, this is looking after the planet. This is a big thing for me. This is all healing the planet, sending Gaia the energy to heal we're just destroying it, and we need to look after where we're living. So that's a lot from that card, which I don't know if that's actually the meaning, but that's what I get from the card.
Yeah.
So, so that's a good card. I love that card.
Yeah. And realistically, if we look after the earth will look after us.
Oh, exactly. Like in the garden, you look after your big trees and they will look after you. How many trees? We both had a tree fall, and where did it fall? Away from the house.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. Especially when you got a cyclone swirling around and you hear that crack in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
and these aren't just little trees. These aren't shrubs. These are huge gum trees.
Yeah, gum trees. Yeah. Well, you had was that Cyclone Debbie? We had a tornado.
Yeah.
And we had no idea. And this was only 2 Christmases ago.
Yeah, 2 Christmases.
2 Christmases ago.
Yeah.
Easy. And it just fell so gently. We didn't even hear it. And it went across our dam, nowhere near the house.
Yeah.
I had no idea until the next morning. You're like, what? It's just, and I thought, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
People will laugh, but no, I don't care.
Well, and it is a fact that all living plants, trees, plants, and also all living creatures have an auric field.
Yes, they do. Yes.
So, if you wanted to really start tuning into nature, the best way to do it is to go near to a tree, a shrub or a bush, and just cup your hands. Don't touch it, but cup your hands around the outside of it. Like just.
Yeah. Sorry, my nose is just running. Anyway.
Oh,
this is what happens. Yep.
Cup, around it, just so that you're not touching it, but your hands are probably, say 2 or 3 centimeters away.
Yes.
And close your eyes and tune into the energy, tune into the auric field of that living tree or plant.
Yeah.
And what can you feel? What can you feel? And that's another way to start teaching yourself, to connect. And also to see an auric field of a tree, look up, or a plant, look at it it's almost like you've got to soften your gaze.
Yeah.
Don't look directly at it, but sort of look beside it, and you'll start to see a shimmer.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like an energy field, you'll see it. And as the
Yeah.
more you practice that, the more you'll see it grow. You may see colors.
Yes.
These are the ways that you can, these are easy little exercises to do.
Yeah.
To become more in tune.
There's one thing that that I think people feel the nature already is when they see, you know, how they knock the trees down to make a new estate.
Yeah.
So how does that make you feel when you see that?
Oh, that's to me, that's devastating. And I know people go, but you live in a house and they would have knocked trees down for your house. Well, that was over 20 years ago. I don't want to talk about that. But it's in areas where they're very heavily wooded.
Yeah,
I know. Look, we didn't build where we live. We already purchased it. It was already built.
Yeah.
And I understand everybody's got to have somewhere to live. But even if they're clearing it for, commercial development, like factories and, or putting new highways in or something, I understand infrastructure. I do get that.
Yeah.
But you still can't help. You still can't help the way you feel when you see it. And I've noticed that even on the local Facebook page, someone will say, "Oh my, did you see they cleared blah 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 land?"
Yeah.
And so many people will say, "I was devastated when I drove past. I felt."
They're already feeling it. See, they're already connected to it. Yeah.
Yeah, without realizing it, and they're just expressing how they felt. They may not fully understand why.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? How sad, all those trees gone, or, I was just, I can't believe this has happened.
And they are big gum trees.
Yeah.
How many years have they been? I think that is the thing, is how many years have they been there growing?
Yeah, I know.
And then they wonder why the earth's heating up when they're taking away nature's air conditioners.
Yeah. Look, we could really get into a discussion about this.
I know. Woo,
and really, but
did you want me to do this?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
All right, so this is Kyle Gray's. I do love this. I love all my decks. What am I saying? Angels and Ancestors Oracle card from Kyle Gray.
Yep. Oh, nice.
I don't know. It's a blue.
Yeah, we can see that. Yep.
Right. So I'll pick a card out from here. I do get excited with all the nature ones. This one is gorgeous. I'll just show you some photos.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah.
Oh my God, look at this one. I wonder if this is the Maori one.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's just Peacekeeper. Oh,
gorgeous.
See? They're just beautiful. Oh my God, the sage. Sorry, I will pull a card.
Yeah. After she's finished looking at 44 cards in the deck.
I do love them though. Okay, all right.
This is how easy it is. Like I say, when I go to your house, and I'm like, let me look at this one. Oh, mate, let me look at this card deck. And you just go through, and hours go past because you're busy flicking through every card in the deck.
And I love it because it's the wonder and the magic of it. It's
it is.
It's a gift. It's a gift, and it's I love it.
And there's so many very talented artists out there, you're appreciating the work.
Yeah. Yep. While you're getting a message.
Yeah.
So, okay. Ooh. White Witch.
Oh, I do like that one.
Yeah. With the owl.
Nice.
Oh, is that clear yet?
Yeah.
White Witch, be the light. This is pretty much be the light for the universe, be the light for the planet, be the light and the inspiration for those around you. You have no idea how your energy affects others.
Yeah.
By being the light, she's got ivy in her hair, she's got a moth in her hair. The owl's actually got antlers, but there's also the pentacle. So you've got also the elements come into play. Was it earth, air,
fire, and water?
Fire, water, spirit? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So by using all those, going back to nature, oh my God, that goes in with the other one.
Yeah.
Gaia, nurturing, go back to nature. So, but being the white witch is also working in the light, working in love. Do your manifesting by the moon cycles, but you're manifesting um, situations, love,
Positive.
positivity. Is being the white witch is you're not a dark witch.
Yeah.
Um,
You're not hexing people.
no, you're not hexing people.
Yeah.
You're sending them love.
Yeah.
If someone's in trouble, the best thing to do is to send your worst enemy love.
Mm.
Send them love. You're on the right track when you can see them for the person, for the spirit that they are.
Yeah.
And if they're in need, send them healing, send them love, send them light, and you'll get that back. It's not. It's not. That's not why you do it. It just happens.
Yeah.
So so the white witch is going back to nature, herbs in your magic, burn sage, all that kind of stuff. But be the light. And I think now a lot of people are stepping into the light. And
Yeah.
you get more and more people working with the guides and the angels, which probably is it different from being a witch with what we do?
Well, with a witch, I mean, I guess again, you've got all types of witches. Some people are, there's rules if you're a Wiccan or a
Yeah,
white
yeah.
witch or whatever.
But
I
again,
think
who makes these rules though?
exactly.
Seriously.
I think that working with deities, and all that
Yeah,
sort of
with
thing. So
nature,
yeah,
and doing rituals, ceremonies outside,
yeah,
that kind of stuff. Potions, which is probably just herbal tea for
yeah,
ailments. So you go into the natural medicines. Um, yeah, that's a really good card. And the owl is wisdom.
yeah, absolutely, yeah,
So, this wisdom can come from other people. It can come from books. It's whatever resonates with you. It can even be in your DNA, as in your ancestors used to do this, or you used to do it in a past life. Shall we go there? Oh my God. And
yeah,
you're just relearning it again. Okay, I've just got goosebumps. You're relearning all this again.
mm,
So there is the magic in that as well. Yeah. That's a pretty good card too, isn't it?
yeah,
That is, yeah. Because it's got oh my goodness. It's got berries in there. It's just brilliant. It's just so brilliant. See the little
yeah,
berries?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So that's a good card too. And that coincides with that one. This one's stepping up to be the inspiration and be the light, be the beacon.
mm,
Others feel a little bit lost. Come into my light and let's all be happy and la la. No, I don't know.
yeah,
Anyway, sorry, I've just been a bit like, oh. But that is another good card. So there you go. And
yeah,
I do love these cards too. I must get them out again. Time. Oh my goodness. If
yeah.
only I
That's
could
it.
spend all day just surrounded by my cards and play.
Yeah,
I just I just love them. So
you are
uh,
quite a card connoisseur.
oh yes, I do love my cards. I do love them. Just oh, they just yeah.
Yeah,
To pick my favorite, I probably have about five or six that are my favorites, but to remember what they're called now is I could probably do it. I'll
yeah,
probably go, oh yeah,
yeah,
that's my. But did I say that's my favorite, and that's my favorite. So
yeah, yeah. Excellent.
but anyway, all right.
Yes. Thank you so much, Lisa, for being on the show.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure and gracing us with your knowledge and sharing the cards for the viewers and listeners.
Yes, yes.
And so, where can people find you?
Divine Insights with Lisa, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. But Facebook is there all the time, so that's my favorite platform.
Yeah.
So just inbox me there for a reading. I like to share things that inspire me as well, and other brilliant mediums, readers, other people with different spiritual gifts. I do love to share that as well because you just never know where you will find your next people, your next tribe, the person that's going to guide you further down the path. So who am I to stand in your way, so to speak?
That's true. That's true.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And I look forward to having you back on the show very soon. And we'll also talk very soon too. So, yeah. Thanks again, Lisa.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me at the Medium's Table. The universe is always speaking. Listen and let your spirit soar. Curious for more? Click on one of the videos below and remember to subscribe.